What's up, everyone? Crypto Rain here.
And the real Randy Chavez, representing the VeVe outfit. It's written.
We're here at NFT NYC, and there's been a lot of good stuff. Unfortunately, VeVe doesn't have a large presence here, but they do have a presence.
We got me. We got obviously you, Crypto Rain, Wendy Savalas, Jeremiah Aoyang's here, and actually last night at a party, the OpenSea party, David Yu was there.
I heard that, and unfortunately, I missed that because I've never met him in person.
He's such a cool dude.
Yeah, so been a fun event. Came here to really good, I guess, get a feel for which projects are still working hard, which ones are investing in their own growth, because everything's cheap right now, and I like to find where the deals are. And so it's been a lot of fun. There's some good deals out there. There's some fun projects, just making some connections. I don't know about you, Randy, but I'm really bullish on where prices on the VeVe collectibles and the Omi token are. Like, I know it's funny because I reposted this on Twitter, this picture of a line of people waiting to buy Bitcoin at 65,000. And then at 25,000, nobody's in the line.
So strange.
But it's human behavior, which is like, so I try to be a contrarian, and I like when nobody's buying, that's when I try to buy. When everybody's buying, that's when I sell.
Yeah.
And it's hard because you have to override your emotions.
That is very hard.
It's not easy because we get scared. Like, oh shoot, nobody is buying. Is it going to go to zero? Is it going to go cheaper? And it's like, one of the problems the community and myself have is like, you run out of money to spend because you're like 100% allocated.
Same.
Right?
I have nothing.
Right. So.
But there's I mean that's also good, because then when there's a bit of buyer's exhaustion and there's only some people selling, you're like, okay, well now's a really good time to get in because the price might stay down for a little while, it might go down further. Where does it go? I have no idea, but I will say that I know several whales with deep pockets that have buy orders in for 0.0010 and 0.0009998. So they have a lot of buy orders in from there. If it goes down to 3 zeros, it will not stay there for long.
Yeah, it's going to bounce up pretty strong when it hits that, right? And maybe it comes back down there. I don't know about you, though. This price, we never thought we'd get close to this again. And so, yeah, I bought a whole bunch at, there's too many zeros there, but basically 0.15 cents. I'd bought a bunch at 0.27 cents. Unfortunately for me, I'd bought a bunch at 0.7 something cents.
Same.
That sucked. Oh well, because I could have had so much more. So
yeah, if I would have kept working last year and retired this year, I would have had like 400 million Omi instead of my 132.
Yeah, there's this general feeling, don't have enough Omi, and that's true, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of very interesting things to come. I mean, David said that there's going to be a big announcement. He didn't say when. My guess would be San Diego Comic-Con. That's where they're going. I don't know if David will be there for that, but I know Reese and probably Alex and probably Noah as well will be there. But it would make sense that at a big event like Comic-Con, where a lot of things are announced, where things like, it used to be like Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, new comic book series, Young Justice, that they would launch a big thing there. I don't think it would be Disney because they have their own thing at D23. But what do you think that might be?
What announcement they'll make?
Yeah, what partnership they have?
I don't know. You have any guesses?
Maybe DC Comics on the app. So instead of just getting the collectibles, or like comics. I mean, it would make sense that they would do that at Comic-Con.
That would make perfect sense. And that'd be great. I see DC is already doing some comics on, or doing some things related to that and other things. So it would be fantastic if they rolled into what VeVe's already doing, because it would be so easy for them, right?
Yeah, and they might have waited until now, because up until recently, the last 2 months, they didn't have that 6% fee in there, but now they do. So it would make sense that, okay, now we'll roll out the comics, now we'll roll out everything.
So DC on their newer stuff has a 6% fee?
Yeah, ever since the Batman Black and White Series 6, anything that and afterwards, they have a 6% fee. Anything before then does not have it.
It was like 2.5% or something, right?
I don't think they had any fee.
Well, DC didn't have a fee.
Yeah, the 2.5% was just for VeVe.
So yeah, probably at the 6%. That's the part that they get.
VeVe was like, having a party. There's no fee. Like, we were having a party with
that's so right. Oh, well, so now when you sell one of them, it's like a total of 8.5%. 5% fee, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I mean, considering the fees that a lot of NFTs have, like 10%, and they're on
ETH, and then you have to pay the gas fee on top of it. Yeah, we'll take it.
This is beautiful on Immutable X, so there's no, there's really no gas fees for it. So that's really fun.
So what's really been on my mind while I've been here is there's a lot of cool projects that are working. I like some of them a lot, but really, if you think about where VeVe is, it's so far ahead of where everything else is. And so if you think about it, there's a lot of projects that want to get over to Immutable X, but the team on Immutable X isn't that big, and they're hugely backlogged. Oh, but they prioritized VeVe. Why did they prioritize VeVe? Because it's huge. And so I know it can be frustrating, like waiting and things are taking longer, and a bunch of people leave. And what's funny is not a lot of my audience leaves on the VeVe stuff, and they're just patient and they're just patiently waiting. We see it a lot more in like other groups on Discord or on like Telegram of people just getting so frustrated and they're just like, peace out if it doesn't come in the next 2 weeks, And
which David had mentioned over at the party, is like, it's coming soon, and even if it doesn't come by the end of the month, it will probably come in July. They have some new motivation now. There was somebody on Facebook, which has been shared, saying if we get cash out, not KYC, but cash out by June 30th, he would get a David Yoon tattoo. So that's just another cement yourself in greatness when somebody else gets your name on their body. I have that as well. Somebody did that. I'll show you the picture later. But yeah, so he seemed very excited about it. He seemed. This story was told by Jeremiah Aoyang. I was not there. I just had breakfast with him this morning with Jeremiah, not David.
So if you think about the big picture and where it's going in all the right places. And I'm not worried about when, they can finally, people can do a cash out, because I'm thinking what's happening in 3 years from now? What's happening in 4 years from now? What is it going to be worth in 4 years from now? Not what is it going to be worth next month, right? Except for the standpoint of, are there things that are going to tank it more so that like I need to allocate some more funds over to buy more? Because they have some of the best collectibles in the world, and as long as they continue to stay relevant, and right now they're way ahead of most all the projects in relevancy, and as long as they're doing the right long-term things, they'll continue to stay relevant, because that's my only worry, is that for some reason they just don't stay relevant. But I'm not seeing the signs of that. I'm seeing all the signs that they're continuing to do the right things, get the right partnerships, bring the right things in.
Yeah.
They bring in DC comics and comic books over. They're cementing themselves in history permanently, right?
Yeah, I mean, they gotta already have, so a lot of the people that I see here that say, they want to do this, they want to do that don't necessarily have a working product, and even the ones that do, they don't have a big audience, and even the ones that look really cool and the artwork is good, they just don't have that IP. But you cannot make a Spider-Man movie for 20 years, suddenly you make one, everyone's going to see it because they have that consistency. They didn't make this is the real Randy Chavez tattoo that somebody got.
Gosh, it's really good too.
Yeah, it looks really legit.
Yeah.
But, you could, for Fantastic Four, when they were trying to buy those comics, they didn't have a Fantastic Four comic for a while because Fox still had the rights to the movies, and they weren't making the comics. And then they started again, and look, everyone's reading. Why? Because that type of IP is just invaluable. That type of people are nostalgic. Nostalgic is like a drug that makes you do things you wouldn't normally do. Like I love this event. Part of the reason why I came here and spent like $800 on the ticket is because I knew people would be here, and you might not get this chance again for a long time, unless you're going to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, when is that?
Next month. It's like $2,000.
Sounds fun. Oh, are they?
Yeah, because they sold out like 7 months ago. But if the team's going to be there, I'm doing what I can to go, so I'm going. Comment down below if you want guilt him into going.
Yeah. They're like, go cover it for us. They're like, oh man, 2K on it. I'm making myself poor by buying up everything while it's cheap, right? So my amount of available cash is low. I have some cash because just for things getting even better, but yeah, I'm pretty much 99.5% deployed.
And for those of you that maybe don't share the audience with me, I'm a little goofy or a little boring or whatever, and you just follow him, I do have a secret rail group that is in the Midwest, and they together have over 1 billion tokens, and together have all the grails, and I advise them. I can't give you guys financial advice. I give them financial advice all the time. It's like, guys, you don't have enough OMI, keep buying these grails, keep buying this, and they do. So that is the sphere of influence.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all next time. Remember, no rain, no game.
Bye. Subscribe.